to go up here to make sure. Let's go live. And one more time, welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel. And also welcome back to As the Data Analytic World Turns. Tonight's episode has to do with the Funiture Sales Database and SQL Server, okay? Microsoft SQL Server. Of course, first of all, be sure to click that subscribe button for me this evening if you would. Also, if you are in the background there, stop by the chat session and introduce yourself, okay? So the data for this evening's episode comes from Kaggle. If you're familiar with the Superstore data set, well, this is sort of I don't know, a relative of that. Only has to do with furniture sales, but the structure of the data of the table itself is very similar. I mean, with product, with customer information, product information, category, subcategory, price, quantity sold. This is a sales table. This is actually a data warehouse sales table because when you go to look here, you can see that it contains rather than the index numbers for the foreign keys, it contains the foreign keys. So it doesn't have a customer number, it actually has the customer name, okay? But the first thing we got to do is, let's create a new database, shall we? We're going to give a rather cryptic name of Furniture Sales, okay? Then we're going to use SSIS to upload to import the CSV file into the SQL Server database, okay? I'll just mention also right up front, I did in fact create a Python environment using Miniconda for the Furniture Sales also, okay? So that's going to be a very brief introduction to how to use SQL to just do some very brief furniture sales. That's kind of interesting. Well, I'm not quite sure what I did that for. We're going to rename this. We're just going to call it Sales, okay? It's interesting it is called Sales Forecasting. Okay. Now, I don't believe that this data set is as big as the Superstore data set. I think it has like 1,200 records, 1,200 rows, and each row represents one sale, okay? Let's go over here. See if we can spell furniture correctly. Now we could of course use the import facility right here, but hey, where's the fun in that, okay? Furniture store, alright. We'll come over here. Let's open up our SSIS. And I've already created a project in IS4 just to save a little bit of time. There is, of course, SSAS and what else is it? There's also SSRS, which is for reporting. SSAS, familiar with that, is basically like sort of like the Power Query window of on Excel or even on, say, Power BI. If you're familiar with that window and how to use that function there, SSAS is basically what it does. Okay, it allows you to join tables, allows you to create single views and stuff. You create views from the tables and stuff like that. Now, when you get in, you'll see the project. So we're going to first use the import or re-import flat file. Okay, then we're going to just for the fun, we're going to do a sort on the product name, if it's a product or sales number or date. I'm rambling, but I'm stalling here a little bit. So yeah, so I like to sort it just for the sake of sorting it. So we can sort it very simply by, say, order number is what I'm looking for. Order number, because that'll give us a sort by date. Also, signature, furniture, sales. I actually haven't done a live stream from this desktop here recently, but it's always helpful to have a big screen, you know. I don't know. Tools. Okay, so we open this stuff up. So how do we close that stuff there, I wonder? Yeah, so I uploaded to the latest version of Visual Studio. Now I don't know how to close these open things up. I know that. And we're just going to call a new table in the SQL Server. We're just going to call it simply sales, okay? This is taking a moment or two oh, there we go. Data flow. Okay, now we could also import that CSV file into an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, and the advantage to that is it preserves the column types, like whether it's a numeric or something like that. But we'll see what happens. Okay, source. And all we're doing with this is we're simply importing the CSV file data into the SQL Server. Okay. I am running this on a HP i5 processor. Okay, let's go over here. Sort. What else? OLE. Destination. Go over here. Browse. And the date is down here in furniture sales. Columns. The date is just a straight date. Row ID, order ID. So you can see what we got here, okay? Very similar to very similar to very similar to the Superstore data set. Collection of categorical variables and numeric variables and dates. New, delete, new. Now I want you to notice that on the date there is no date time column, okay? Local host, initial catalog, furniture store, test connection. You got that. New table. Okay. Now this is interesting. ship date and order date should be okay. So what you can see here is, if I'm not mistaken, okay, so the problem we run into here is that again, it's not recognized because it's a CSV file, it's not recognized in the column types. So we'll come over here and we are going to open this in Excel and just make sure we got the column type set up correctly. Because it's not, it's not, it's not, okay. Let's save as. Interesting. Why we're getting this blank out here again. Haven't seen this for a long time. Okay. Let's come up here. Number. And what should happen here is that it should automatically recognize the date type because it's in okay, postal code, sales. This is interesting. Zero profit. Holy smoke. Okay, we don't want to do that then. So it's a number. Let's do a save. Let's do a close. Close. Over here. Excel source. Connection manager. Cancel new. Excel path, Excel cells. Well, there's probably only one, yeah, there's only one thing here. Close, columns. Date, time, we don't actually have time for the cells. Let's do this. Technically a postal code isn't a float. Region. Okay. Okay, let's run this and see what happens. So there, all right, so let's go over here. So does that actually have anything in it, or is that empty? Okay. Okay, good. Huh. Now here's the here's the thing. Here's the thing to me. These order IDs you would think would be ordered sequentially, and they be by date also. By the row number should be the first row number should be the lowest order ID. Okay. Oh, this doesn't look like that because yeah, this is less than this and so forth. So to me, this should be 1. Okay, but that's all right. Let's go over here now. Let's do some quick EDA. Some quick EDA, new query. Okay, good. Let's start out with the most basic thing. Oh, let's do a row count. No, use furniture sales from so we have 2,121 orders. Okay, so let's drop this down here, and let's see some here. Let's just do this. Let's do a few unique queries just to get a handle on what's going on. So let's just do this. It's been too long. It's distinct, right? Distinct order date. So we got since we got distinct rows, so it means 1 row for each day. So this means we got 889. We got about 2.5 years worth of data here, supposedly. Okay. What else? What about ship dates? I mean, we should have the same. So we got again 889 order dates. Okay, so we shipped on more dates than we got orders. So obviously some of the orders were ordered prior to the original date, prior to the actual order date table. Customer ID, customer name, segment. Three segments. Now, part of what I'm doing here is what? Well, to a certain extent, this is sort of like a pre-game warm-up for me. You know, you don't want to jump into a big, heavy query before you actually got your brain revved up and ready to go, okay? Only one country, United States. $371 different countries. All right. Region. Okay, pretty straightforward. So we got product ID, category, subcategory, product name. Let's do how many categories do we have? I guess that makes sense. Subcategory. It's a furniture company, so therefore most of it only has category. Now, and yes, we could do a simple count here, but we'll save that for the next session. 4 categories, subcategories of furniture we carry. Product name. Okay. We have 380 different products we sell. Let's do this. Let's say order date, comma, let's do a group by, order date, okay. What else? Let's do a count by segment. So consumer is the largest one, followed by corporate. Okay, so you see, we're actually getting some pretty good information here. It's not really big, deep insights, but it still gives us a feel for what the data actually looks like, okay? Let's skip city for the moment. Instead, look at the region. So which region has the most orders? The West region has the most orders, okay? Let's look at orders by subcategory. And we could do something funky like so furnishing has the largest number of orders, okay? All right. So there you got a very brief taste of how to use SSIS to import data into SQL Server, and how to do some very basic categorical analysis of the categorical variables inside our sales table. Okay, so